Hey guys, Lissandro here, and today I want to talk about something that has pretty much crossed my mind multiple times. Every now and then, I get flashbacks from when I was in middle school as well as in high school. And a lot of the times, the things I can remember is back when I used to be bullied by a lot of my peers. And the thing is that even it still bothers me, even though we're in the future, 2017, and that happened way back in the past. But the thing is that there are some things that kind of like bother me, and the thing is that that's the fact that thinking that probably a lot of the middle school or high school students of today probably deal with like similar or probably even worse situations than what I dealt with back in middle school and high school. And the thing is that one of the questions I ask myself is, how is it that these schools allow people like that? Because the thing is that a lot of the bullies, a lot of the people that I dealt with back in middle school and back in high school, they weren't good people. They were not good people at all. A lot of them, you could tell that they came from like, I guess you could say crazy backgrounds. Like things that have to do with drugs, alcohol, things like that. Negative backgrounds. And the thing is that I understand it's not the kid to blame for the background they come from, but that at the same time, one of the things that I think about is the negative influences that these kids have on these other kids, that some of them may probably be trying to like better themselves, be people of good character, be people of benefit to society, but instead these other students or just people that don't benefit anything. And the thing is, honestly, and I know it's kind of fucked up to say this, but honestly, in my own opinion, these are students that just see nothing but garbage. I know that out of all these negative students, these students who are bad influences, that there may be some that may rectify their way of life later on in life, depending on the circumstances or things like that. But the thing is that the majority of them, usually they end up with like, if anything, probably like some of them may be some of them may look for a better life. I actually got the opportunity to meet someone who used to live a similar life to a lot of these students, a lot of these bullies, but later on decided to just rectify their life and everything, and decided to go to college and everything. But the thing is that that's very few in contrast to a lot of them, because the thing is that a lot of them are usually dealing with drugs. They're usually dealing with alcohol or some sort of crime or anything. And the thing is that a lot of them, you can't change them. You can't change them at all. And my deal is, why do these schools allow these type of students? And the thing is, why don't they send these students, like, I mean, completely exile these students to another school with similar students like them? If they want to prosper, then go ahead. If not, then just pretty much whatever. But the thing is that these negative students, they're like negative influence, and they affect the future. These are the type of students that pretty much have negative influences on a lot of the kids, a lot of these students that are probably trying to aim towards better things, trying to get into like probably Ivy League universities and everything. And the thing is, this is the problem that results into the whole deal with like bullying in middle school, high school, and so on. Because here's one thing. When I was in high school, a lot of the things that I saw was like probably it was like usually fights or arguments, things like that, crazy stuff and everything like that. They're like tagging on the walls. There's like restrooms like smell like drugs and shit like that. I took a class called IPC, which is Integrated Physics and Chemistry. A lot of the things that I learned from there, it wasn't anything. It was just like scrapping compared to what I probably would have gotten if I would have went to like probably a magnet school or anything like that. But then again, it was my fault because I didn't put effort into what into my education. I did get good grades, but I was just ranging towards kind of a satisfactory type of deal or anything like that. But the thing is this. Some of when I was like taking a lot of those courses, there was all sorts of things. There was like people tearing books, tagging books, and not only that, just like destruction of equipment and things like that. A lot of the experiments that probably I would have like got into do and in a lot of these science classrooms I didn't get to do them. Why? Because a lot of these students destroyed the equipment. They were either throwing shit at each other and acting completely stupid and things like that. And the thing is, that's part of the problem of why a lot of these public schools, these low-income public schools, do really bad, because they have a lot of these stupid influences, a lot of these students who have no future ahead of them. Like I said, that I see them as garbage. I know it's kind of fucked up to say that, but that's honestly how I see them, because they're affecting other students who are trying to make better for themselves. Have you ever heard of the saying that something along the lines of keep the good apples away from the bad ones, something along the lines of keeping the rotted ones away from the good ones, otherwise it affects the rest of them. That's pretty much what the case is with these students. And some of them, like I said, some of them are like dealing with drugs, crimes, or things like that. And that's honestly what I see what the solution is, to just pretty much exile them from the rest. And a lot of the times I understand why a lot of these rich people tend to like isolate it from the lower class. And even though not every lower class student is bad, there's quite a few of them that like do behave in a negative manner and all. But the thing is that completely doesn't eliminate the whole deal with bullying or anything like that. It doesn't eliminate the whole deal with bullying, because cyberbullying wasn't that big back when I was in high school or middle school. I guess because of like the lack of social media and network infrastructure, internet, and so on. And the deal is that a lot of, even though a lot of this bullying has kind of dwindled down from back then when I was in high school and middle school, because of things like, for example, like social media, social justice warriors, and all that. There still is cyberbullying, and which is it affects people, and there have been cases of like suicide, things like that. And the thing is that that's still that's an issue that, well, even though I have never dealt with anything like that, I can imagine how a lot of these victims feel in regard to being bullied over social media. And in reality, I actually did get like a little taste of it, not exactly, and it was a group. It was kind of like a group on Facebook, but the thing is that it was controlled, because That was essentially what the group was about. It had to do with trolling, but the thing is that it's one thing to be trolling and everything, and it's another thing to be trolling and for it to get out of hand to the point where it becomes very abusive and everything. But anyway, guys, I guess this is all that I wanted to talk about in regard to bullying and all. But in regard to bullying, I'm strongly against them because I have actually dealt with bullying myself and all, and it's something I'm really not fond of at all. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. And pledge to my Patreon, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.